So for the past 6 years, I have been on a development or spiritual journey or whatever you want to call it. Prior to 2020, I thought that forcing and grinding and suffering was the way to approach life. I come from a family that doesn't have a ton of money. They're not physically healthy. They're not really mentally healthy. And so I grew up in that environment. I knew that's not what I wanted. I absolutely love my parents. They did the best they could at all times for us. But I saw them as the mentor or the pushing off of what I didn't want, which directed me towards what I do want. I saw the brokenness, I saw the poverty, I saw the unhealthy habits. And so I saw so much of what I didn't want that I inevitably turned to, hey, this is what I do want. And I used to feel down and out about it. I used to be like, dude, how did I get this draw of the hand? Why me? Why me? I had a very big victim mentality. And it wasn't until the past couple years where I was like, hey, like this is actually the thing that is molding me. This is giving me the ability not to be identified as that, but I get to go out and create my identity. And so through identity work and through self-concept work and shifting who I believed I was, I started to see my outside reality reflect who I was turning into, who I was changing. And so I know there's a lot of people right now that are struggling, they're working really hard, they're grinding really hard, but internally they see themselves a kind of messed up way. In the book, Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, he talks about the discernment of God's mind versus the devil's mind. And the devil's mind is the doubt, fear, insecurity, poverty, the thinking, the fear that you are thinking about yourself and the lowness that you are thinking about yourself. And that's what I dealt with for years and years and years. I would do all the actions that all of these high-level guys would talk about, but I wasn't getting the results of those high-level guys. It wasn't until I shift my self-concept and instead of trying to chase or strive for success, I was trying to prove myself right. I built my identity to be this human being, and every single day I took actions that were in accordance with it because your brain is always trying to prove you're right. Your brain and your body are going to act in accordance with who you believe you are. And that's why a lot of people, including myself, have dealt with a lot of consistency problems, have dealt with a lot of discipline problems, because they're trying to do things in order to accomplish a thing, but they don't see themselves as the person. You're trying to create a business, but you don't see yourself as a business owner. And so you don't show up as a business owner. You're just trying to blindly do these things. You're trying to lose weight, but you don't see yourself as an athlete, or you don't see yourself as inherently healthy. And so you diet and you work really hard in the gym and you do all this stuff, but your brain always comes down to homeostasis. It always comes down to the identity of who you believe you are. So you'll inevitably fall short of your goals. You'll inevitably come back to where you were to begin with. And again, I've dealt with this for years and years and years. But over the past 24 to 36 months, especially getting into door-to-door sales and actually developing an identity in the gym and in health, have I been able to stick to the habits and stick to the consistency and stick to the things that are needed in order to grow and develop and become the person that I want to be. And so that's my entire goal for you guys. I know there's a lot of you that are dealing with the exact same thing that I'm dealing with. Most of us realistically deal with the exact same stuff. We want to be consistent, but why do we keep falling off? We want to be disciplined, but why do we keep falling off? We want to eat right. We want to show up for our family. We want to show up for our loved ones. We want to do great in our business. We want to be leaders. We want to be servants. But then we fall back into an old identity of unworthiness and shame and guilt and fear. We don't allow ourselves to flourish like we can flourish. We don't see ourselves in our highest, so we act in our lowest. And so that's my whole goal. My entire goal through this whole school community is to help people embody their highest identity. I've built entire sales teams on this concept, this be, do, have concept, this fail, forward, fast concept. Choosing an identity before your results are affirming that identity. Walking in alignment with that identity. Allowing yourself to see yourself in your highest every single day and practicing that, affirming that prior to seeing the actual result. And what everybody in my stewardship got was those results. And so in this community, I want to teach you those exact steps on how we implemented those things. Over the following months, I'm going to be dropping e-courses. I'm going to be dropping books. I already have a couple books in the community. We're going to be sharing wins. We are going to be leveling up together, because with accountability, you are the 5 people that you hang around the most. And so in this community, as we all rise, as we all uplift each other, we will all also uplift. My encouragement or call to action with you guys is to be of encouragement to others, uplift others, empower others. What you give to the universe, other people, other situations, communities, you will also receive in return. Everything is a mirror, as within, so without. You give value out, you're going to give value in. This community is going to build leaders. It is going to build people who want to see others win. It's going to build people who want to give value to the world. And most of all, it's going to align you with your highest identity to do all that, to be of the most value to the people around you. I'm so stoked to get to know you guys. We all deserve to live in our highest. We all deserve to see ourselves in our highest. We all deserve to see us through God's eyes. My question for you is, how does God see you? Meditate on that. Pray on that. Ask God how he sees you. Read scripture. See how God sees you. You are his creation. Align yourself with how he sees you, and your life begins to flourish. All of these concepts, all of these understandings we're going to be talking about. Super excited to dive into this with all you guys. Let's get cracking.